Let's take a trip back to ancient Egypt. The mighty pyramids are the stuff of legend, silent sentinels guarding secrets of a bygone era. But have you ever wondered what life was like when these giants were not just stones, but lived and breathed under the watchful gaze of a god king? Welcome to my channel. And today, let's unveil the enigma that is Khafre, the pharaoh whose legacy echoes through millennia, inviting us to explore his magnificent monuments and the daily life of his extraordinary realm. It's me, and let's get started. Khafre's reign was more than monumental stone and desert myths. It was the orchestration of divine kingship. As ruler, he sat atop the world's first centralized monarchy, commanding priests, generals, and governors who extended Egypt's reach far beyond its borders. Life under Khafre reflected both majesty and might. At Giza, his pyramid complex rose, flanked by temples aligned with the stars. The Valley Temple of Khafre, built with massive blocks of granite, still stands as one of the best preserved in Egypt, whispering tales of rituals and ceremonies performed to honor the pharaoh. Here, priests would purify the body of the king, preparing him for his eternal journey. The Sphinx, half lion, half man, stood as a guardian to his pyramid, its eyes gazing eternally toward the rising sun. Whether carved by Khafre or earlier rulers, by his time it symbolized the union of human intelligence and divine power. This vision of cosmic harmony defined Khafre's rule. But let's take a step back from the grandeur. Let's explore the heartbeat of Khafre's Egypt, the bustling city of Memphis. Imagine strolling along its bustling streets lined with commerce and craft. On one side, merchants hawk exotic wares brought in by traders navigating the Nile's currents laden with gold from distant lands. A sculptor meticulously chisels a statue from a single block of cedar wood, its grain reminiscent of the papyrus that scribes used to record the kingdom's deeds. Nearby, a jeweler carefully sets lapis lazuli, a deep blue gem, into a necklace, each piece telling a story of mining expeditions into the eastern desert. These weren't just commodities, they were threads in the rich tapestry of Khafre's prosperity. His Egypt was a crucible where cultures converged. Nubian nobles bearing gifts of ivory and incense meet with Libyan delegations showcasing their prowess in metalwork and leather goods. Even further afield, Egyptian merchants are establishing trading posts as far away as the Levant, securing access to precious resources. But amidst the vibrancy, whispers of dissent occasionally surface. The relentless demands of pyramid construction and the pharaoh's lavish lifestyle strain the populace. Some question the cost, wondering if these colossal monuments and tombs for the ages are draining the kingdom's resources and diverting them from pressing needs. In the grand halls of the palace, Khafre holds court, his authority radiating like the sun at noon. His gaze, sharp and penetrating, misses nothing. His courtiers vie for his attention, each hoping to catch the pharaoh's ear and influence his decisions. The air is thick with anticipation as diplomats from neighboring kingdoms tread carefully, offering tribute and making strategic alliances while watching every word. The Great Sphinx of Giza, a testament to Khafre's enduring legacy, stands silently watching over the proceedings. Its enigmatic smile seems to hold the secrets of the ages, much like the pharaoh himself. But let's shift our focus to the temples. Amidst the rhythmic chants of priests, the scent of incense fills the air as they prepare for the sacred rituals of the day. The temple walls adorned with hieroglyphics depicting scenes from mythology come alive with movement and sound. The priests, their voices echoing with devotion, call upon the gods, invoking their blessings upon Khafre and his people. But it's not just about rituals. The temples are also centers of learning, housing vast libraries filled with papyrus scrolls containing knowledge on everything from astronomy to medicine. Scribes' students diligently copy ancient texts, ensuring that the accumulated wisdom of generations is not lost. The temples also play a pivotal role in maintaining order. They serve as storehouses for grain, providing relief during times of scarcity and keeping the populace fed and stable. But as the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the temple complex, the true spectacle begins. The priests, their movements precise and graceful, begin the evening ritual. The temple is bathed in the warm glow of torches and lamps, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The priests dance, their bodies swaying in rhythm with the flickering flames, and chant, their voices blending in perfect harmony. Meanwhile, the royal court prepares for an evening of entertainment. Musicians tune their instruments, their melodies echoing with the joy and exuberance of the era. Dancers stretch, their limbs poised and ready to express stories through movement. The Great Hall is transformed into a stage, the audience seated on ornate chairs made of cedar wood imported from Lebanon. The performances are a blend of storytelling and spectacle. Musicians play lively tunes on harps and lyres, their music punctuated by the rhythmic beats of drums. Dancers dressed in vivid costumes weave tales of gods and heroes, their gestures and postures bringing ancient myths to life. After the performances, there's a banquet in the pharaoh's honor. Tables groan under the weight of delicacies, roasted goose, dates, figs, and bread. Wine from the vineyards of the pharaoh flows freely, adding to the festive mood. The air is filled with laughter and conversation as nobles and courtiers mingle, their voices echoing with merriment. It's a celebration not just of the pharaoh, but of life itself, of the bounty of the Nile and the richness of a civilization at the height of its glory. Now, let's talk about the backbone of Khafre's empire, its economic system. Picture this. The Nile River, a ribbon of life, winds through the land, its annual floods enriching the soil and giving birth to a bountiful harvest. Along its banks, farmers work, their plows turning the fertile mud into rows of crops. Wheat, barley, and flax wave in the breeze, promising sustenance for the kingdom. The river also serves as a highway, allowing goods to be transported with relative ease. Boats laden with grain, papyrus, and limestone sail up and down the Nile, connecting the far reaches of the kingdom. In Memphis, the capital, the bounty of the countryside converges. Granaries overflow with grain, workshops buzz with activity, and merchants from distant lands eagerly await their turn to trade. The pharaoh's agents, keeping a watchful eye on the markets, ensure that prices are fair and that the supply of goods is steady. Though life in the capital is not without its challenges. As the population grows, so do the problems. Housing can be scarce, sanitation becomes a concern, and the risk of disease looms. The city's leaders work tirelessly to keep order and provide for the needs of the people, but the struggle is constant. In the midst of this vibrant activity, a shadow looms. The pyramids, while symbols of the kingdom's greatness, drain the coffers. The cost of maintaining the pharaoh's lavish lifestyle and funding building projects can be staggering, leaving some to question the distribution of resources. Despite these concerns, Khafre's rule remains strong. The Great Sphinx of Giza seems to stand as a silent sentinel, its gaze fixed on the horizon, a reminder of the pharaoh's divine authority. Now, let's delve into the very core of Khafre's Egypt, the religious beliefs that shaped daily life. Imagine walking into a temple, the air thick with the aroma of incense. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, illuminating the hieroglyphics adorning the walls. Priests in white linen robes chant in unison, their voices echoing off the polished stone columns. The temple is not just a place of worship. It's a center of community life, a school where children learn the sacred texts, and a storehouse for the gods. Devout Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was the embodiment of Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky, and the divine link between the earthly and spiritual realms. The sun's journey across the heavens was seen as a metaphor for the soul's journey after death, a concept that permeated everyday life. People made offerings to the gods, not just in the grand temples, but also in their own homes. The household gods, such as Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom, were believed to watch over the family, offering guidance and protection. The religion was polytheistic, meaning that Egyptians worshipped multiple gods, each with their own domain and powers. Ra, the sun god, was supreme, but other deities like Anubis, the guide of the dead, and Osiris, the god of the underworld, were equally revered. These beliefs colored every aspect of daily life. The pharaoh's power was legitimized by his divine lineage, and his every action was seen as a representation of the gods. The meticulous burial rituals were not just customs, but a way to ensure the safe passage of the soul into the afterlife. The Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and incantations, became a staple in burials, acting as a manual for the soul's journey. As we continue our exploration of Khafre's Egypt, remember that religion wasn't just a matter of faith. It was a binding force that connected the ruler, the ruled, the living, and the dead. It was the very fabric that held society together. So what was life like for ordinary folks in Khafre's Egypt? Well, imagine walking down a bustling street, the air filled with the aromas of fresh bread and spices. The houses are mostly made of mud brick, with some wealthier citizens opting for stone structures. Many homes have small courtyards, providing a bit of privacy in the heart of the city. Your path takes you past a bakery, where the rhythmic pounding of dough echoes in the morning. The baker, his hands dusted with flour, offers you a freshly baked loaf of bread, its warmth radiating comfort. A bit further on, you find a weaver at work, the rhythmic clack of her loom filling the air. She pauses to show you the vibrant textiles she's created, each thread a testament to her skill. Life in Khafre's Egypt was a blend of tradition and change. The old ways were respected, but new ideas and innovations were embraced. Scribes, those who could read and write, held a high status, recording history and managing the kingdom's affairs. Artists and craftsmen were also celebrated for their ability to create objects of beauty and utility, but it wasn't always smooth sailing. The pressure to contribute to the grand projects of the pharaoh could be intense, and the cost of materials like stone and timber could impact daily life. Still, festivals and celebrations were a regular occurrence, offering a respite from the daily grind and a chance to revel in the joys of life. As you stroll through the marketplace, you hear the calls of vendors, the laughter of children at play, and the murmur of gossip. It's a microcosm of Egyptian society where tradition and modernity, luxury and hardship all coexist. You purchase some dates and figs to take home, their sweetness a reminder of the bounty that the land provides. You pass a group of musicians, their instruments in tune, their voices rising in harmony. The sound of their music, a celebration of life itself, fills the air. Life in Khafre's Egypt was a tapestry woven with threads of faith, labor, and cultural exchange. The grand monuments may have loomed in the distance, but for the common folk, it was the everyday moments that truly mattered: the taste of fresh bread, the feel of cool linen on a hot day, and the sound of music echoing in the marketplace. Their lives were a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of the human spirit, finding joy and beauty amidst the challenges of daily existence. Khafre's Egypt, a realm where the divine and the earthly intertwined, where monumental pyramids touched the sky, and where the pharaoh's power echoed the gods. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. If you've enjoyed this adventure, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.